Live from Rosati's.
Sport fans, I'm Superman.
His real name is Michael Sakala. Looks kind of like an idiot today. And I'm Brandon Wicker, coming from you live from Rosati's on a nice chilly day.
It's a super day for the Super Bowl. And how the super hell are you? Huh? Here we are. Super Bowl Sunday. It is literally Sunday. It's the first time we actually did the show on an actual Sunday. We're hours from kickoff. So before we get into the big game, we obviously know who I'm going for, unless I'm here for more of a comic show.
I have no idea. Who's your team?
I'm going for the young guys.
If anybody wanted to know the definition of a bandwagon jumper, there you go.
Well,
He's hoping that in the off season, after his illustrious owner Jerry picks up Johnny Manziel,
can you imagine?
that they go ahead and trade him and Dez to Carolina for his man, his Supergirl.
I actually read earlier coming over here that there's a shit as far as the Cowboys going for a running back. There's talks of DeMarcus Murray coming back, and also talking about Lamar Miller, I believe, from the Dolphins. They're talking about those two guys. So I don't know. At this point right now, you know, they're second thought right now. We got a Super Bowl here. We got the Carolina Panthers. We got the Denver Broncos. We got Superman against Peyton Manning, which could probably be his last game ever played. But let's get into.
I've got Carolina against Denver. I don't have a quarterback playing a quarterback.
I'm talking for the media here. Hey, now let's talk about last week. Let's start with the first game. It's probably one of the better games we've ever seen as far as championship games go. Denver and the New England Patriots. Quick thoughts. What did you think?
Denver pretty much did what we said they'd have to do to win. And that was put Brady on his back, pressure him. They were able to keep it up the whole game. And so it translated into victory for them.
What was surprising me when we were watching the game, and I kept saying to you, was the wheels that defensive line of the Denver Broncos had, and how they just were nonstop. It was unreal. And then, lo and behold, if I did not say it took an ex-Cowboy, DeMarcus Ware, to just keep that motor going and just keep pressuring and hitting Brady and hitting Brady and hitting Brady. And Von Miller, obviously he must have got those mozzarella sticks out of his system because his motor was out of control.
If you were to ask a Patriots fan, it was Gostkowski that gave the game away.
Oh, it was
yeah. Oh, well.
But now the second game, I don't think it was relatively all that exciting. I mean, obviously,
I never watched anything but the first 2 minutes.
Panthers got out like they've been doing they've been doing the last couple games.
Cardinals played no game.
No, they did. They got out early, got on top of the Cardinals, and Carson didn't know what the hell was going on, and they were just completely overmatched at that point.
Actually,
you can't beat a team like that.
Actually, after the first 5 minutes, I was wishing that the week before that this team had won, just to actually maybe possibly play a better game, give them a better run for their money.
Well,
very, very weak game.
Well, that leads us right into the Super Bowl as far as one of the notes I put on here. This entire football game could actually be won or lost within the first half. I looked it up in the last 6 weeks. The Carolina Panthers have jumped to 135-24 first half lead. And we know what they do. When they get a lead like that, they basically, like I put on here, if Denver does not keep up with them and lets them go out of here, guns are blazing and jumps all over them, Denver's not built to come back from that. They have to kill off. They have to stop this, onslaught rush and this beginning rush to be able to keep this game, because we all know as great as the Panthers have been the first half, the second half they've been dying out. We've seen it against the Seahawks. They tend to, I don't know if they let their foot off the gas, they get tired, they find the emotion runs out of them. I don't know what it is, but if they can keep this game close, Denver's got a shot. But again, you cannot allow the Panthers to build some massive lead, because they're just going to pin their ears back and just rush Peyton like you would believe.
According to you, Denver doesn't have a shot.
Oh, no. Now, Dunlap may be wearing the suit, and I'm all about it right now. This game's going to be tight. It's going to be close. I don't think it's going to be a blowout, that's for sure. So, let's get into the game itself. I got more notes than I did from my senior history class. What do you got going on for this game?
I have no notes. I don't need any. Very simple game Denver has to play to win. Do two things. Guard Greg Olsen and tackle number one when he takes off. You want to win the game, that's your secret. There are no other big secrets. Up until I stepped in, for our show today, I had a fantastic 2 weeks leading into today. Of course, until I saw you.
This is true.
I spent the entire 2 weeks not listening to one television or radio broadcast, so this is like watching a Super Bowl in the 70s.
So it is.
Once again, until I came in and seen
That's
you.
it. It's all about the flash. It's all about the flash. Well, one of the things that, and we can talk about this right now, is we'll start off with the Denver offense. And to me, the first 2 to 3 possessions, they need to stay calm, stick to the run, because we know the Panthers are going to come out like gangbusters and they're going to try to blitz, and it's going to be exciting. So they got to watch, especially the pass rush up the middle. Again, stick to the run. And we talked about it 2 weeks ago. I think Denver's got to look to the screen more. Look to the screen. Keep their tight end in. Have him use his block. Have him where he rolls off the block and hit him on a 2 or 3 yard pass, just to try to make that defensive front slow. Peyton needs at least an extra second. So maybe, again, screen passes, maybe hit the tight end, hit some quick lit outs. They got to figure out a way to give him a couple more seconds.
He's got a 1, 2, 3 thrower. He's done.
Yeah, because I think when they run, I think they're going to go right up the gut on the pass rush. They try to sweep this team's way too fast, and they're going to kill them. And then, because to me, if they do not calm down and if they start getting pass happy, this will be just like it was a couple of years ago when they played the Seahawks. They just have to get through the first 2 to 3 possessions, play some field goal or play some field position games, and don't worry about getting pass happy. Work on that pass rush. And dare I even say it, roll Peyton out. Let him actually, for the first time, use his legs. Give him an extra second. We've seen it. I ain't saying do it all the time and get crazy, but maybe on those 2nd and 5s or 2nd and 7s, roll him out. Confuse them a little bit. To give it to where they have to pause for a second to figure out what the hell the old man's doing.
So that's not really his game. I'm not sure that that's what they'll do as far as rolling him, but Atlanta was able to beat them, and that was one of the things they did. Was just don't do the 5, 7, second hold of the ball. Just get it out quick.
Yeah,
if
quick
you're
out.
going to throw it, get it out.
And we've talked about one of the best ways to beat a pass rush is you run right at it, or you hit a screen pass, or again you keep that tight end, let him roll off. Now, from a defensive standpoint with Denver, I think there's only one thing there's one man they got to stop. There's only one man they got to stop. Superman. You just got to slow him down. You got to stop that option run that they're so good at. And my problem, I fear, is for Denver is when it comes to that option run, I think DeMarcus Ware is going to have flashbacks of RGC3PO a couple years ago when he actually was on the field and he was actually productive. If you ever watched the Redskin games and the Cowboy games, he would make DeMarcus basically stand still. He was not necessarily prepared to control a running quarterback. To me, Von Miller, he's got those wheels. I think he's got to be the kryptonite to Superman. I think he's got to be all over him. They got to constantly keep hitting him. But in the same sense, I think that Denver defense and that pass rush they got is unbelievable, but they got to stick to their pass rush assignments and don't get out of their lanes, because the quarterback they're going at, he will find a hole and he will run and he will tire them out, get him constantly getting first downs with his 5, 10, 15-yard scampers. He's going to take off if he needs to tuck and run with that ball.
You're on a roll, son.
Well, what do you think? I mean, from a defensive standpoint,
yeah, I often have to keep reminding you and others that Denver did finish the year with #1 defense, just so you all know.
I completely agree.
Okay.
I just think that they can't rush wild.
Carolina has a good one themselves.
I just don't think they can rush wild. I think they have to keep in their lanes and keep their assignments, because you cannot allow him. Man, this wind's killing me.
Yeah, it's pretty windy, pretty gusty. What I want to know from you, since you predicted that in one of the games last week incorrectly, do you feel this is going to be some high-scoring game, or what do you got going on there?
High scoring, I think the game's going to be in the mid-20s to low 30s. I ain't looking at those 17-14. I'm not looking at 21-18. I was saying it to them, but I'm looking at 31-30, to be honest with you. I think they're going to score on each other when they need to. Not crazy. Keep in mind there's going to be some special teams things, and there's always something that goes, a little off or odd for one and maybe helps another from a Super Bowl, from a special teams, a fumble, an interception. There's always something. Remember a couple years ago, or maybe longer, Peyton won his Super Bowl. Remember the opening kickoff? Chicago, they ran it right back. They ran it right through the opening kickoff. These things happen.
So 12-9 is another question.
I hope not. I mean, 12-9, yeah, I'm all about the defense, but it's a Super Bowl. You do want something. You want to see some scores. See, you hear the fans. They're saying, too, you want some touchdowns already. Now, from the Panthers offense I got on here, it's Superman. All eyes are on you, and it's exactly what you want. All eyes on you.
She used this nice Super Bowl 50 beer to hold that down.
And I do. I think for the Panthers offense to be able to attack this defense, it's going to come down to that option run play that they do. And I think if they can get the option run going, Stewart can get moving, and he can get his 5-6 yards at shots, it's going to open up the passing lanes eventually. You know, because
they're going to have a hard time running on Denver.
I believe so.
It's going to be big boy running, and that's where they have to tackle.
Yeah, if they contain him, that's where the trouble is. So for Cam, I think it's going to be a lot of movement going on. I think you're going to see him try to run early to try to force Denver to think before they make a move. If they can get them to think for a half a second before they move to try to anticipate his move, he'll beat them in that scenario.
Denver sports a pretty decent secondary. And if I'm them, I'm wanting him to throw to beat me.
Yeah, but I'm telling you. I mean, I started watching, obviously I've been watching with the playoffs and whatnot, and this is the guy from Auburn. This is the guy we've seen. This dude is multi-talented.
He was pretty good at Auburn.
He's got some weapons. I mean,
he's got Greg Olsen. That's about all.
Now, from the Panthers defense, like I wrote here, that vicious pass rush up the middle, which kills every quarterback that's ever lived. They cannot take the up the middle pass rush. They got to continue. They got to pressure Payton. Can't even talk right now. I'm so excited. Must be kryptonite in here because I'm starting to lose a little bit.
What a bandwagon jumper.
Now, if they can put Payton in 3rd and long and add the pressure, this is where I think we're going to see guys like Luka Kuechly, or however the hell you say his name. I always butcher it. Kuechly, Luke Lucci, and Josh Newman are going to. There's going to be some INTs. And
I don't think Kuechly's playing with his Kuechly, okay?
Yeah. Right. But they're going to have to. This defense is going to have to attack this Payton's offense. They're going to have to just attack his offense. They're going to have to shut down that run completely. Put him in situations where he is. He's in 2nd long, 3rd and long. Force him to have to throw this ball deep. And this is where we're going to see some interceptions. We're going to see some fumbles, and we basically need to. They just got to attack. There's no other sense. And don't stop. Don't get up a big lead and attack, and then let your attack go down like you did a couple weeks ago against the Seahawks, because he will come back and he will come to bite you.
You know, that's a very nice set of notes you drew up there from listening to the radio and TV all.
Now here's a question I got for you. The game may not be, say, completely out of hand, but let's just say the Carolina Panthers have a lead, and Payton is not getting it done. Like I wrote here, does Gary got the balls to bring in the Brock? Does he?
Wow.
Would he do that in the Super Bowl to him, or let him just lose with dignity? So when you try to win the game.
To me, I'm saying it doesn't happen unless Payton gets injured. What do you think? I don't think he does.
I don't think he could. I think the whole world would do. It's like, you know what? But then I don't know. If it seems like Payton's just not getting it done, eventually somebody in the crowd or something, eventually somebody will say, you know what? Just put him in, put Brock in. How do you know? Do you want to win the game, or is this all just about Payton in his last ride? I'm kind of stumped on it. As a coach, I'm not sure what I would do.
Yeah.
Because if you put the kid in,
he just might be a bigger target for them to go after.
Because if you put the kid in and he doesn't get it done, you're done. Afterwards, the media's going to eat you. I want to know what you were thinking. Payton could have probably came back. But if he does come in and he wins it, wow, is that just at that point? I feel bad for Payton at that point. So, what's your prediction for this whole thing when it's all said and done?
Obviously, I have to stay with Denver. It's been shooting in there all along. I'm trying to decide. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be as high scoring as you say. Denver's defense has to fall apart for it to get that far up there.
Well, to me, that's where.
And they're not going to match. I mean, if Carolina starts putting lots of points up, I don't know. Then their defense would have to fold even. I don't know. I just don't see it.
We got to watch the special teams.
If somebody gets in the 20s, it's low. I really had maybe a field goal winning the game, actually.
Yeah, well, like I also put here, special teams. I wonder if the Ted Ginn show is going to continue, because he's been having an incredible year. Where he came out of nowhere. It's ridiculous. He was when he was at OU, he was unreal when he was at OSU. But this is he just seems like he's so much faster than everybody at this point. But the way I'm seeing this game is, the Panthers are. They're going to come out like gangbusters. You're going to be all excited. They're going to be all pumped up. They're going to come out and they're going to try to attack this team in every phase they can, offense, defense. And if they can build up a lead,
Remember this now.
if they can build up a lead and hold it, this game is going to be boring. It'll be boring by the second quarter. But I'm looking at, I'm going to go just with the whole storybook. I got the Panthers coming out ferocious, attacking and hitting Peyton, and he's going to screw up a couple times, and they're going to build up a lead. Only to watch Peyton just come back. And as we're all sitting there going, oh my God, is he really going to be able to pull this off? Is he going to ride off into the sunset as a winner? You're going to hear the children in the end zone seats waiting to get their football from Superman. You're going to hear this chant. In the sky. Is that a bird? Is that a plane? It's
Oh, it's a big idiot
Superman.
word number one.
And I'm telling you, we're going to watch. He's going to construct a drive, get all the way down. He's going to hit a bearded Greg Olsen for the game-winning touchdown. And next thing you know, the chants are going to start. MVP. MVP.
It's a self-anointed clown.
Super Bowl
Danny
champions.
Superman.
I'm telling you right now, people. Super Bowl champions, the Carolina Panthers, and he will be the MVP of this Super Bowl. And we got a beginning of a new story called the Cam Newton story. This guy is going to become something that we've all been talking about for the last couple of weeks. He's going to become huge, I'm telling you,
You'll
huge.
be dreaming about him, won't you?
No, I'm not a big fan of him. I'm just into it for the game itself. After this, I go right back to my Cowboys and wonder if Tony's, his shoulder's going to hold up.
You'll
Probably
be
too.
wanting Cammy on your team. On a lighter note, like way lighter than that, but
Yes.
but more appropriate. We'd like to thank Brett Favre, congratulate, I should say, Brett Favre, Marvin Harrison, Orlando Pace, Tony Dungy, Kevin Green. You remember him?
Yes, these guys are well deserving.
Ken Stabler.
Well deserving All Pros.
Eddie DeBartolo Jr. and Dick Stanfel on their Hall of Fame selection.
Hall of Fame. Like I said, I didn't really get to see who got in. All I seen who did not get in, and I seen Terrell Owens and Terrell Davis did not get in. I think they will eventually get in.
But neither one had first ballot numbers.
No,
And Davis
it's
is
a
close,
shame. It's a
too.
shame Davis got hurt because he almost falls under that whole Gale Sayers situation. It's like, what could he have been?
Right.
Because he was a beast, man, at one point. I mean, you remember that one year? He had like 2,000 yards. He basically all Denver did was hand the ball off and he just ran over everybody. He was insane. He got Elway to where Elway's at. Well, everyone, enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday. Get out there. Get to your friend's house, to your favorite bar.
We're just late this week.
Get to where you're going to be going. Be careful out there afterwards because you know the 5-0 will be out. Don't drink too much. And if you do, Uber or call a cab. They don't even have cabs anymore.
I know there's plenty of people out there on my side, so go Broncos.
And we'll see. Maybe when whoever wins the game on talk when how late it is, it might not be till the next morning. Maybe I'll dress up, do a little dance, or I'll be saying, congratulations, Peyton, on an incredible career. You guys enjoy yourselves and have a good one.
Have a good game.